Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Legit Crypto. This is episode 11. We're getting up there. And today I'm talking to Peter, who is the dev behind Toss, the turtle, and a few other projects. I was able to connect with him through a cool group of just legitimate developers, whales, and just different people in the crypto space. And I'm excited to just jump into the conversation and get to know a little bit more about what he's been working on, how things have been going with his project, and involve you all in the conversation. So let me just go ahead and bring Peter up. All right, dude. I'm excited for this conversation. It's been in the works for a little while now, it feels.
Yeah, hello, Kevin. Nice to meet you, and nice to meet everyone watching the show.
Yeah, dude, right on. Well, man, like I know we connected just like a couple minutes just trying to get this thing kicked off, but so you're in Denmark.
Yeah,
How's everything going out there? Is there a pretty good like crypto industry out there, or does it feel like
no. Yeah, the only thing you get for talking about crypto in Denmark is shit.
I don't know, dude. It
So,
feels like
how do you get the money out? Is it even your money? Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah,
yeah, dude, I'm pretty lucky. Like being here in Austin, Texas, it's actually there's a pretty good crypto scene. So there's a lot of people that kind of know a little bit of what's what here. So I feel a little luckier. But anyways, like dude, like we were saying a minute ago, like one of the things that's been so cool is like to fucking meet dudes like you and like have a conversation and be a part of this kind of small but what feels kind of like a large community. So like I
yeah.
appreciate you want to take the time to like jump on and do this.
One of the best things I gotten out from starting working on projects and meeting people is actually I feel like I made real friends on the Telegram.
Yeah. You mean like
Yeah,
people in your community that have like joined your project?
yeah, we talk together every day, and they become like a part of the daily friends to speak with about daily problems and just life in general. It doesn't have to be about crypto anymore.
Dude, that's so cool. I think that's like I've experienced a little bit of that in my own community, just like real people talking about stuff. And I don't know, man, it makes it feel more real and relatable than just like transactionary, or you're just trying to like pump your community to make some money or whatever. So that's cool you're having that same experience.
Yeah, of course we want. If of course everybody wants to make money, but when a community come together like we have on TOS and the whole alliance system that I'm building that we're gonna talk a bit about, uh, you're becoming like one big union and one big family. So we speak about how's it going at work, how's it going with the family and stuff like that. Sometimes the GG isn't about the chart; it's just about how it's going. So
Yeah, totally. Um, I think like
and
especially early on in a project, if you can build that sort of connection, right, where you actually like really bringing people together, it just makes it even more of a tighter community. And I think that's the one good thing about being kind of in that micro cap part of the life cycle of any project is you can start to build the foundation and those key players and make some friends like we're talking about.
yeah, and have
Um,
some fun.
dude, totally. Um,
That's what meme coins is about.
Exactly. But dude, it sounds like you're building something that's like a little bit more than like a quote unquote meme coin. Admittedly, like the only thing that I know about Toss is kind of, vaguely what I see on the website. A little bit of what you've told me you were working on, which I'm not sure if that's like a different project or if that's kind of within the ecosystem of Toss. But dude, like fill me in. Like what have you been working on and what's got you excited right now?
I'm working on three projects right now. I'm working on TOS, of course, as my main project, as it's been since the day one. Then I found a way to, with some help from some very smart people, I found a way that we can like bond meme tokens together in the economic system behind the screen. So whenever you buy one of the tokens inside the system, you pump up all the charts on all the tokens inside the system. So we basically support each other without having to buy the token itself, because if you just buy the project you came from, you are also supporting all the other tokens. So now you don't have to choose which token you like the most, basically.
Dude, that's what I've been excited to talk to you about. One of the things that is interesting to me is, obviously, like, dude, in this whole like crypto, especially like meme coins, you have this like player versus player mentality that
Yeah.
kind of almost extends in a way to then like community versus community or project versus project. And it's a really weird dynamic. So like what you're kind of starting to conceptualize is pretty interesting. I mean, at least has been to me, however, like complex. And that's why I wanted to like pick your brain and kind of like understand a little bit of the working components, or at least the way that you're thinking about it. Like, how does it work? I mean, not from a
It
technical
works.
standpoint, but from like if you were to sell it to me.
It works the way for like if your project came into the system, all the inside projects in the system right now, we have a group with the devs inside the system. We are four projects in the system right now. So if we talk with you about you coming in, we all have to like know who you are and know the project, because we only want projects that's legit. So we will do a little research about your project before you come in.
Yep.
Then when you wanna join the system, I'm holding a core token that we minted that's called the Alliance token. And you need that token to join the system. That token cannot be bought and it cannot be sold. It doesn't have any worth. Then I'll send you the tokens if you want to join, and you will create a pool, a liquidity pool bonded with that token.
Okay.
So you're adding your token and the Alliance token into a combined pool. Then you also have to create pools between all the tokens inside the system. So we're setting up a lot of pools right now, because you need a pool for each token with your own token, and then you need a big pool with the Alliance token. That way, your liquidity is combined with our liquidity. So whenever somebody buys your token, the liquidity pool will automatically try to equalize the price of the two tokens inside the pool. And that's where we're setting up fees inside these pools. So the bots in the pool automatically swaps between the tokens, pulling up another token if they buy your token, and the other way around.
Interesting. So like, okay, the one question that I would have is, okay, so like just say, for example, like my own project, right? I've got Hody. It's got an existing liquidity pool that exists out there. It's got other smaller, like little liquidity pools on Raydium that people have kind of added to and paired with Sol. How would it work with like an existing project like my own? Say like I wanted to like whatever join this with you. How does it kind of know like, okay, there's an existing liquidity pool out here, but we want to kind of like pair it with your system? Is that possible, or does it only work with new tokens?
No. You can be 1 year old or 2 years old. This is a new pool, an extra pool for your token. We are not touching the burn and lock pool that you have right now.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
we are setting up a new pool. So we are basically just making your token better.
Got it. But then people that want to go purchase the token, they have to go through the pool, meaning
No.
like they have to go through the token that you have set up, meaning like that works with all the communities.
No.
They can just go literally to Jupiter as they normally
If
would.
you go, if you go on my project TOS right now,
Mm-hmm.
and let's say you put in $500.
Mm-hmm.
Right after you buy There's gonna be maybe a little bit delay, but right after you buy my token, there's gonna be some small sales coming in from the bots after you make a big buy.
Mm-hmm.
These small sales are now buying all the other tokens in the system, and you don't have to do anything
Got it.
except except buying one of the tokens inside the system. This also works the other way around because, yeah, who knows? Are we in an upcoming bull market, or are we going into a bear market? But if we're going into a bear market, if we are in a bear market, you're gonna see a lot of sales coming in. Everybody sees a lot of sales right now. So whenever somebody decides, I can't stand this no more, I have to sell my bag and touch grass, so I'm gonna just sell everything that I have.
Yep.
Then a little bit of the sale will be swapped and sold on the other tokens. Instead of all the big dump coming into only one token, now 1% is going out to the rest of the system. So you're basically also trying to prevent a big dump on your token.
Got it, dude. That's really interesting because nothing sucks more than like having, especially when you have such a volatile market as it is, plus the volatility of just a project, especially a small project where someone could sell off at this rate, make $1,000, and there's a huge red candle, right, and which
Yeah.
doesn't do anyone any good. Um, all right,
Of
I think
course,
I'm.
your token is still your token, and it can still be like dump the shit out of it if all the whales decide to sell, or one big whale decides to just dump the whole bag at once. But the impact is getting a little bit smaller. And for each token coming into the system, the impact will be smaller and smaller and smaller because we have a 1% fee split out to each token. So right now we are 4 tokens, which mean when you sell, 4% will be split out between 4 other tokens.
Got it, dude.
So
Um,
as the system grows, the impact from the system will be much better and bigger.
uh, how'd you come up with this idea? Like, was it just something that like you were tired of like feeling in your own project, or like what was the spark?
I have a really good friend who created this system on another blockchain before, and it worked very well for him. And
Oh
he
yeah.
said, I think we can do the same on Solana." And I said, "Hell yeah, man, we have to do this because if we go back in time and we go back to like 21, 22, a lot of people made a lot of money on meme coins because there wasn't a lot of meme coins.
Right.
There was almost no PvP back then. So I was thinking, how do we make all the good meme coins out on the market right now combine forces? You can imagine if you have 10 active people in each Telegram group, and now you're combining like 10 projects, so now you have 100 active people in one big group waiting for all the tokens and shilling for all the tokens, buying all the tokens, voting on the trending bots. Now you're basically getting free trending because the community is so big that you can vote yourself to the leaderboard every week. And that's what I've been missing, the times where we didn't have 1,000 tokens.
I know, dude. It's so crazy. Like when I launched my first project, the Hody token. I mean, literally, it's almost a year old at this point. It's coming up next week. It'll be officially a year, and I was probably like 3 months, if I'm not mistaken, right before like Pump Fun was a huge thing. I mean, there are already like a ton of tokens hitting the dexes, but like as soon as like Pump Fun started to really hit Moonshot, like the sheer volume is ridiculous, dude. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, if you go to sites like Photon or Bullex, you see tokens popping out every second.
I have no idea, and it makes it harder, and that's the, like the biggest thing that legitimate projects like I'm trying to run, like you're trying to run, like many others that have been on the show are trying to run. It's like damn it, dude. Like with all of the noise out there, it can be so challenging to get the legitimate projects seen and visible and accessible by people who are just sick and tired of being rugged or just like losing all of their money. So I'm doing what I can
Yeah,
by having these
I
conversations. So
just
I'm glad
I
you are
just
too.
I just wanted to be completely honest with all the people that I spoke with. And I told them all that, yeah, you have a good project, I have a good project. But none of the projects are gonna survive a bear market unless we help each other. That's my opinion.
Right.
Because if you look at projects, legit projects like a lot of the guys in the group that we are in, they are struggling to have the token surviving. They're struggling to have volume on the chart. This
Yeah.
system is creating free volume for you because there's happening swaps between the tokens all the time, which is creating makers and TXN for you for free. So you don't have to pay for stupid volume buttons and AI shit like that. And when we go into a month or 2 months, maybe a half a year long bear market, how many of all these cool small projects do you think is gonna stay?
Dude, not many at all, bro. Like there's people developing some serious tech. They're going to have a hard time sticking around. So like, yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
So,
And
all right.
I think the best way to make a project stand out and be strong in a shitty market condition is by helping other projects doing the same. So we basically help all the projects survive a shitty market.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of the bear market, man, like what a crazy turn of events with this cycle. Like it feels to me as if we're in this really like limbo land that we thought was the start of the bull run, but there's like this weird disruption in what would normally be a cycle. Like what are your thoughts going into the rest of this year as it relates to the potential bull run, or how are you thinking about it from your standpoint?
I think that everybody needs to touch grass right now and don't worry because I'm not from the US, but as one of the only Danish people, I actually like Donald Trump. But but there's no need to lie about that he's one of the main reasons that crypto is very volatile right now. Because people are so afraid of what's coming next. One day we're doing a reserve, next day we're doing 25% tariffs on the whole world. So yeah, but I think the man is working out a big plan. I think the rate cuts are gonna come in May, and I think in the end of May and the beginning of June, a lot of fucking money is coming back into the market.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, man. Like the thing that's been really hard, for me personally is one, when you having a project where people put their own money into a project, some of the market conditions and how my own project is impacted by the market, much less just like the normal dynamics of a running a project. It's just like it's a lot to carry, being a
Yeah,
project owner that's putting themselves out there,
yeah,
much less just like navigating like my own investments in major major cap coins like Bitcoin or whatever it is, and seeing my portfolio like do this. But I'll tell you, man, like I'm at this point, like especially at the beginning of this year, where I'm just like I'm DCAing the shit out of every like major token that I believe in, and I will be happy buying some of these coins like Bitcoin or the major caps at these prices, knowing that one day soon the market will turn up. And I look at a lot of those sorts of investments, like 5 to 10 years out. So it's weird kind of back and forth where I kind of manage my like day-to-day emotions around crypto and running a project, and then like my macro emotions, which usually tend to help center me and get me out touching more grass.
Yeah, I definitely think that trading crypto, if you're not day trading crypto, but buying and holding coins, then you need to be able to like in these situations just don't fucking open your wallet, man. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
exactly.
Because opening your wallet and just seeing the price and the portfolio go down every week, you're gonna sell, and we only need one big new coming in, then everything is going back up.
Yeah,
And you you
it's
don't you don't want to be the one buying the top and selling the bottom.
yeah, exactly, dude. That's why like on a lot of the coins that like I'm continuing to invest in, it's just like dollar cost averaging, kind of set and forget. Like I'll look at them in like another couple of years, and that's just like the conviction that I have in some of those larger plays. But yeah, but I mean, like where we dabble in like meme coins and some of this new tech, it's all so speculative that it's just like one of those things that it's hard not to get addicted to a part of that fun of like finding cool projects and just like seeing if they have legs and can get those like 10x's,
Yeah.
100x's that you're clearly not going to get with a Bitcoin or Sol without a long period of time.
Yeah,
Either
in the
way,
next
dude.
20 years, you can get a 10x on Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm willing to wait that out, dude. No problem.
But on a good meme coin, you can make a 10x in 2 hours, 1 hour.
Yep, and that's the crazy part about this whole
That's
like
what we
DG.
love. Everybody trading meme coins. They are in it for the adrenaline, or they are in it for the communities.
Yeah, totally. Hey, really quick, I just want to give everyone a shout out in the live chat right now. I'm really happy everyone's here. In like maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so, we're gonna do a little bit of like a ask me anything round. So if you have any questions, like drop them in the chat. I'll pull the question up here on screen. Whether it's Peter or myself, we can answer them. But I just want to let you guys know so you can start like dropping some good gem of a questions in the chat. But just a quick shout out to James, Darsh, Napoleon, Spotty. Looks like they're hanging out. We got some people from Toss in here as well. Looks like we got ML Pocruz. We got a lot of people here. Looks like from your community, so that's cool to see them all hanging out.
Yeah, we got people from all the communities as far as I can hear, because I know Spotty is from the Wolf team. Wolf is one of the tokens inside the Alliance system, and we got After as a token inside the system, and we got Church inside the system. And you know the dev from both Wolf and Church. They are in the group we met.
Nice.
So it's for good projects, low market caps, but solid communities just trying to grind and work and make the projects even better.
Yeah. Dude, one of the things that I love asking like other people like you that have been running your own project for a while, is if you were to look back and you thought to yourself like, okay, shit, I would have done this part differently. Does anything come to mind like in your own process, like
Yeah,
what you would have done a little bit different?
yeah. My biggest mistake was that I launched TOS without having a good team before I did it.
Yeah.
The
How
bi-
do
the
you?
biggest problem I had with my token was that the inside team wasn't the dream team back then.
Got it.
I have
And
I have gotten a good amount of new guys coming in. So I'm very thankful for the guys helping me every day in the TG and stuff like that. So I don't have to be online like 24/7, because after the bonding curve on my project, it basically went to shit. Uh, uh,
yeah.
yeah, I spent like a month almost alone in the GG with a market cap around 10,000.
Dude, I'm impressed, bro. Like the fact that you held on and you're like, all right, I'm not giving this shit up. Like, dude, kudos to you.
I also feel responsibility for everyone buying my token, because we had maybe one or two guys being active in the GG. A lot of my guys on the teams are grown-ups with, work, kids, a wife, yelling at them for being on the phone. Why are you fucking on the phone all the time, dude? So yeah, I know why. I know why the activity was so low. So
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, the market cap just keeps going fucking down, but I'm not gonna sell any of my fucking tokens, because all these guys are trusting me to make this project a good project. So I kept on working, and yeah, the market is shit right now, but TOS actually went from 10K back to 400K. With me grinding in the fucking GG every day.
Dude, good on you, man. Like it's so easy to like, try to do something, whether it's your own project or idea, and then like give up quickly and not just like grind it out. Cause like, honestly, man, like it's the grinding and the constant showing up that really makes the difference in the long run. It's like that. What's that saying? If there's something about like, I'm not an overnight success. Like this has taken years or something like that. Because like that's the
Yeah,
truth. I mean,
and
a lot of the
like
hard work takes time.
like Warren Buffett says, that the market is where the money flows from impatient people to patient people.
Yep, exactly. Let me just bring up a quick question on the screen really fast. Let's see. James says, where is it? James says, what is the group where you guys met? So there's a group that was put together by, funny enough, a guy known by the name or the username Unknown, which is kind of funny. He, as far as I know, is more of a whale and has like, a lot of investment in another token called Hedge. At least, I mean, that's what I know of him so far. But yeah, super good dude. Is running like a private group with other whales developers that are doing legitimate stuff, and that's where we met. Or I think Joseph, who's on my team, might
we
introduce
actually,
you.
yeah, we met a little bit before, because of the guy from your team. Joseph joined my TG.
Yep.
And I told him all about the system that I was building, and he said, "Oh, you gotta tell Kev about this. I think he would be interested in hearing more about this." And then suddenly we showed up in the same group, and that made it, easier to connect.
Totally. I mean, that's the small worldness, right? Like, and I think, at least for me, is like as I start to kind of like bounce around, meet interesting people, and then like in this case where we join the same group, it's that further little proof that like we're kind of on the same track of trying to do good in space. So that's why I was like, oh shit, like all right, cool. We could actually meet and hang out.
Yeah. If I wanted to, I talked a lot about the system that I'm building. The main reason I started TOS, just to get that out, was because I saw a documentary on Netflix about coral, corals in the ocean. Yeah.
Yeah.
And everything out in the ocean is like, it's fucking dying, man. We're killing the planet. Yeah.
Yep.
So I was thinking one of the most important animals out in the ocean right now is actually the turtles, because they are cleaning the oceans for us. They're eating the seagrass. The seagrass is killing all the oxygen in the ocean, and when the oxygen dies, everything else dies. So the turtles are one of the most important animals we have on this planet right now. and the
Yeah.
turtles are also dying right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, how can I put some of the knowledge I have around crypto into maybe making some money myself, and being able to use some of that money to like do something else than just make money with crypto. So we actually are adopting turtles for some of the money that we make on the project. I got two turtles swimming around, and we can follow them on a GPS tracker right now.
No way. Really?
Yeah, you can go into the conserved turtles and you can find Briari, one of the turtles, and you can follow her around on a GPS.
Oh, dude. Okay, I just brought up your website. Okay. No shit. So you got Shelby Briere? Is that what you're saying? And
Yeah,
you can
yeah, Briari, yeah.
Briari. Oh wait, that page didn't work. Let me try to track the other one. Oh, bro, the links on your website don't work. You gotta fix
No,
that
we
because I
need
want
we
to
need
track
to
them.
get them updated. But if you go into conservedturtles.org, you can find the turtles there.
Yeah,
It's
that's
it's
cool.
really cool because if you check in every day, you can see how much they swim and where they are swimming and stuff like that.
Oh, dude, that's so cool. All right, I'll have to check this out later. Dude, that's awesome. That's cool that you're doing this, and not only that, but like you're actually putting on your website and probably in your community and X, like, hey, like we actually adopted this turtle. Here it is. Watch it swim around. It makes it so tangible that I just love that.
Yeah, and we also reached out to the organization about getting the TOS token as an accepted donation payment because they are already accepting crypto on the website. So if you have some crypto laying around that you don't know what to do with, you can donate it to the organization and then you can write it off your tax.
Yeah, that's really cool. Um, I remember I remember going to. I'm a big fan of Thailand. Like, dude, I love Thailand. It's one of my favorite places. And I've been to a few of the smaller islands where they have amazing snorkeling and scuba diving. But the thing that I love, especially about Thailand, is they're so protective of their reefs and of the ocean, where they have like guards out there. They like want to at all costs protect the sea life. And it's something like
Yeah.
I've never experienced in the world because they know at the same time like this stuff is not happy, right? Right? Like they're seeing the decline in a lot of their natural coral reefs, and then all the sea life. So, anyways, dude, super cool. I knew you were doing something around turtles, but I didn't actually like poke far enough to see that you actually have trackers on
Yeah.
them. That's really cool.
Yeah, and we're working on getting a cartoon serial coming out with a Toss as the main character. Like we want to make him a superhero in the ocean, so it's gonna be like Toss coming, swimming around, cleaning the oceans from plastic, and maybe killing some humans and saying, "Fuck yeah, you don't mess with my ocean, dude."
That's really funny. That's really cool, dude. All right, man. I got a couple more questions from the chat. Let me just bring up really fast. All right, I got one more question from James, which is just a little bit relevant to what we were just talking about, and I think it was a good question, especially if there's other people that are developers or thinking about starting their own projects. He asked, like, how did you find the dream team? I'd love to know how you found it. I wonder if it's pretty similar to how I was able to establish mine.
My dream team came into us
Mhm.
because they liked the vision, they liked the project itself. They didn't get into TOS because they wanted to make money.
Yeah.
The I have one guy helping me like with everything on TOS, and he came in almost when TOS was at all-time high. So money wise, it's only been going down for him, but the work effort he's putting in is only going up. So my dream team came out from whales.
Yeah.
All the toss whales almost locked all the supply. So we got 111 million tokens locked up between the whales for almost a year.
Shit, man. And well, that's almost like a little over 10%, yeah?
Yeah,
That is pretty impressive, man. Like that level of dedication. And that's what's cool about like this more charity driven approach, right? Because it gives people a larger sense of purpose, right? Like you said, you want to make some money, of course, but if you can either use that money and or have it go to a greater cause, it's just like a no-brainer in a way.
yeah. I'm making a lot of money on other crypto stuff, so I don't worry about making money on my own project
Yeah.
because that's not why I didn't start the Turtle project to make money myself. I'm making money on other stuff in the crypto space.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right there with you, dude.
Like right now, I'm actually working on creating an adult site for people using crypto payments on a website. Like it's gonna be a crypto version of OnlyFans.
You should call it only Degens.
It's gonna be called TAS Hub. It stands
But
for
you,
tight ass.
dude, that's funny.
Then
Shit, man.
that's a project that I'm working on to make a shit ton of money.
There you go. You got your projects to like give back, and then you got your shit ton of money projects, dude.
Yeah,
Dude, it's such a
exactly.
juxtaposition. You got your like porn site, and then you give back to the turtles site. Dude, that's really
Yeah.
funny, man.
And it's
It's so
cool because I got Toss the turtle, and then I got Tars the porn site. So it's Toss and Tars.
oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Um, it's funny with like building a team. I mean, that's one of the things that's been like crazy. Even today, like in my own Telegram and in my own project, the sheer amount of like people that'll like just jump in there and try to like sell you shit and they don't even hold your token is so ridiculous. And
Yeah,
then you have the people that are either whales or just want to help but like don't ask for anything and they just want to like participate. Like those are the gems, dude. And if you can unlock those gems, like that's the dream team scenario. So I'm glad you're experiencing that as well.
but if you're a new developer and you don't know anything about what you're doing, you're gonna lose a lot of money from all these people trying to sell you shit. Because I think I lost 25 soul trying to buy shit, trying to get my token better,
Yep.
and it
I've
was
lost
all scam.
Oh yeah. Dude, I've lost plenty of money early on because of those sorts of things. All
Sorry,
right, let's
sorry for walking around. I need my phone charger.
Yeah, no worries, dude. I got another question from Spotty, who you seem to know. He says, "Do you guys plan? Are you guys planning to add more tokens to the alliance? Is there any limit to how many it can handle?" Oh, whoa! All right, there we go. Hey, dude,
What's happening?
your audio is like wacky.
Yeah, sorry. Is it better now?
It's a little bit better. I think when you plugged it in, it got all funky.
Okay, I just took it out. 2 seconds. How about now?
It's getting better.
Can I rejoin?
No, and it's gonna mess it up. Actually, yeah, you
Okay,
can try to
sorry.
rejoin. You can try to rejoin. Go for it. All right. Well, while he rejoins, I guess it's just me here with you guys. We'll wait for him to come back in. Um, I'll just answer a couple more questions if I can, if you guys want to drop them into the chat, especially the ones that I can answer here. So let me just go down. Who else we got in here? We got Crypto Lover. Wait, he's rejoining. Let's see if we can get him back in here. All right, dude, you're back on.
Okay. Yeah, the sound is better now, right?
Yeah, way better.
I think it messed up the sound that somebody called me on the Telegram.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what happened, dude. All right, hey, let's just do one more question before we wrap up. And I thought that was a really good question by Spotty. He said, do you guys plan to add more tokens to the alliance? And is there a limit to how many that it can handle?
Yeah, we are looking at growing to like 10 projects at the moment, and just, being around that area of 10 projects to see the impact that it will have before going any further. It's also because every time a new project comes into the alliance, it's getting more expensive per project because we need to set up pools per token. So it's a lot of pools being set up. So yeah, we are speaking with a couple of devs right now who's doing a lot of cool projects. So
cool. When you say it's expensive to pair the token to create the liquidity pool. Is that what you mean?
It costs around 0.2 SOL per pool you set up in fees, and then also if you were to come into the project, you have to buy $75 of all the tokens inside the project because you need the tokens to set up all the pools.
Got it.
You can imagine how much money you're gonna need when there's 10 projects, 15 projects, and you need to use $75 of your own token and the other token for each pool.
Got it. Dude, do you have a website for this anywhere, or is it still kind of early on in the development?
We don't have any. We have a shared TG called the Alliance TG. There's a link on the deck screener description on the TOS coin, so you can join the Alliance TG and touch grass and talk with people and just getting a feeling about how it works.
That's cool. I mean, honestly, bro, like I would say, even for my own case and people like in my community, you should put up like a mini site, just like, here's how it works, here's what it takes, here's how much it costs. Like little things like that, I think would help even people like me understand like, okay, really what's involved here. Because even talking to you, like I get the concept, but it's like I want to go back and kind of reference it to like do a little bit of planning. I'm personally kind of interested in how it'd work and how it would actually impact my own project. So it's a conversation that you and I should definitely carry on outside of this. But like, yeah, dude, you should put something up, even if it's just simple, to show people like how you're thinking about it and how easy it is and the benefits to not only the project developer, but their community.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm a big website guy. I put up a website for anything though. So
we also talked about making a shared X profile for the Alliance, so all devs from all projects can post on that X profile.
Yeah, dude, or you should just do an X community where you can just have like the community thing and any of the devs can join.
We've been running some spaces on X where people can join and talk with all the devs and all the communities together.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Well, dude, awesome, man. I'm glad we got a chance to do this. Before we close this live stream out, because we're just a little at the top of the hour. Anything else you want to plug or you want to let people know about that's either upcoming or anything on your mind? Doesn't even have to be crypto related, to be honest.
Yeah, the porn site that I'm developing right now is launching next week.
Nice. Awesome, dude. You're so fucking funny, dude. That's so hilarious. Awesome. Well,
so that's gonna be the source right now is trust me, bro. But it's gonna it's gonna be easy money for anyone coming in early. So join the TG and get ready for launch.
Right on, dude. Well, awesome, man. To everyone that's joined the live stream and came with some good questions, really appreciate you joining in and participating. Really appreciate you guys. I hope you'll come back next week for the next episode. And dude, Peter, I'm glad we had a chance to hang out here on the live stream for just a second before we after we close it out. But I'll catch everyone in the next one.
My phone doesn't die. But thank you for having me on the stream today, Kev. I've been seeing a lot of your videos actually on YouTube before I did get to know you. So your videos are working. People are seeing your content.
Awesome, man. I dig it. I appreciate that. All right, you guys. I'll catch you everyone in the next week's episode. Later.